Hello, my name is Christina Wyatt, and today we will be discussing office romance. Don't shit where you eat. Yep, I said it, folks. Don't shit where you eat. Self explanatory right there. You definitely don't want to do the inner office romance. Now, I understand some people do it because it's inevitable. You're at work majority of your waking day with people day in day out. You're bound to get to know someone. You're bound to find someone you like, and sometimes you find your best friends there. So I definitely don't want to say don't have inner office relationships, because you definitely want those. You need that support, you need the friendship, but I don't think it should be an office romance, because that leads to three things. The conclusions, okay, and those conclusions are going to come down to you're doing it for love, you're doing it for ego, and you're doing it for advancement. Now, doing it for advancement is the number one thing that people assume that you're doing inner office romance for, especially for us women. In the Forbes magazine, the very first line of the article is, the way office romance are judged is that men do it for love and women do it to get ahead. My point exactly. Anything that a woman does, they assume that we're using our body to get ourselves ahead in life. Where if a man does it, it's love or it's his ego. So unfortunately, I don't necessarily agree with that and that view, but it is a part of what happens, which also leads to what? Gossip, rumors, more drama at the workplace where you're not working. You're focusing on getting to know Tim or Sarah, not to mention that you're also gossiping about John and Paul because they like Sarah too. Who's focused? No one, because everyone's talking about what's going on in the office other than work. So personally, I don't recommend it. Now, looking at Peggy's article, she also said that about 72% of people get into inner office relationships. And of those 72%, about 42% of them don't recommend it, the ones who have been in them already, because it leads to nothing but drama, which is my main point when I started this video. Don't shit where you eat. This is where you make money. This is your livelihood. If you have kids, if you have things going on in your life, is that relationship that you're building with John worth it? And a lot of jobs have no relationship policies where you can't fraternize. And when that happens, now your job's on the line and so is your spouse's. Now, I do feel as though you can meet someone at work that you have in the friend zone. And if you guys ever don't work together again, then you can escalate that into more. But again, actually creating that relationship at work and letting it be known to everyone that you're in a relationship is like a death on your relationship or your job. They're not going to both work. Unfortunately, I do also bring to the point that women, when you date in the workforce, who you are gets taken away when you begin to date. I'm going to use Melinda Gates as a perfect example. The minute she became Bill Gates' wife, everything that she did, it was about Bill Gates' wife and not Melinda and what she offered out into the world. So for me, I just personally don't recommend it. I think it is something that people need to be more considerate about and think about. I think it will eliminate a lot of the in-office dramas, the fighting, the cattiness, the jealousy, those things that really are not what we're there for. Now, as far as the ego and the love goes, I think that's more lean towards men, because men who work a lot of hours typically want that love, and they don't get it because they're at work all the time and their spouse is not around, and therefore now they're dating their secretary or dating the person they spend the most time with, or whatever the case may be. It puts them also in a predicament because now you're a pig. Now you're a sexist. Now the only reason you hire her was because she was pretty. Again, in an office romance, if we eliminate that altogether, then we would know that you're hiring her off of merit and not thinking it's because you're interested in that person and you want to sleep with them. And then there's the ego part where there's a guy making a certain dollar amount who feels like he should have every chick and every woman should be in love with him, and whatever the case may be. again, it's leading to me to drama in the office. No matter what angle you talk about inner office romance, it leads to drama. And again, there are a few exceptions to the rule of people who fall in love. The company loves them. Everyone knows they're married and everything is great. Some people are married when they start the job, and they were married when they came into the business. So can't knock those people as well. But on a day-to-day level in 2018, I personally don't recommend dating in the workplace. I think it is a death on yourself, it's a death on your relationship, and it's the death to your job. So I definitely recommend everyone to go read the article, find out some more percentages and details of things that she researched. She did a survey on Career Builder where she was able to survey a lot of working people to get real life answers for this. I think it's a great read. I did come across a few other articles about office romance, and they pretty much all say the same thing: don't shit where you eat. So that's my ultimate goal, to make sure everyone understands that, and that when you're at work, the objective is to create relationships on a working level, not a romantic level. A working relationship is someone you can talk to about work, maybe talk to about a few things outside of work, but at the same time, you guys have a respect for each other. A romantic relationship at that time is spending the night with each other, dates, hooking up, things like that. There's a difference. We're all grown. We all know the difference. I think you should take responsibility for your actions. I definitely think that you should pay attention to your surroundings and make sure that you're thinking about those decisions before you create an inner office romance. I hope I answered all the questions and I went over all the details and main points. I hope you guys understand where my objective is. Don't shit where you eat. Thanks.